Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stephanie McPhail. I specialize in helping successful women learn how to thrive in all areas of their lives. So today, I am really excited to talk to you about running. Now, for those of you who are like, okay, Stephanie, running has nothing to do with your topics, I want to disagree with you. I think running very much has something to do with it. So I just want to kind of start off by, I am not necessarily like loving running. This is not something that is like extra, special to me. But it is something that I do as part of my exercise routine when I can. And so this morning, before I went for my run, I spoke to my neighbor who said to me, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're going for a run. Haven't you heard of pollen? Haven't you heard of how terrible it is here, how hot it is here? And I was like, yeah, thanks, but I'm still going to go for my run. So, and I'm going to give you like a step-by-step play, if you don't mind, of like what I was thinking as I was going through my run. And believe me, it all comes around, so stick around. So I go for my run, I start, and I had decided for myself ahead of time how far I was going to go. So I start running and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I had too much caffeine. Maybe the neighbor was right. Maybe I shouldn't have decided to do this. Maybe the pollen is going to get me. Oh, my legs are so sore. Maybe I won't do the goal that I was looking for, but if I could at least get 1 mile, maybe I will feel good about it. So this is what I'm thinking as I'm going. So as the time goes on and the mile gets completed, I feel done. And I'm like, oh, okay, I feel a little bit better now. I finished that mile. Things are feeling a little bit better. And so I'm running and I start to feel like, oh, I feel really good. I feel really energized. I'm feeling like filled with joy. I'm like looking at people. I'm saying hi to people as I'm going on my run. We're like high-fiving each other as we're going by. And I'm feeling pretty good. Time goes on a little bit more. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are my legs going to fall off? If I like fall over, is someone going to come pick me up? Like, what am I going to do if I pass out? And I kind of go back and forth on there between that and like, oh, I feel so great. Everything is wonderful to, contemplating my life. Like, why did I decide to do this? What's wrong with me? So I keep kind of going back and forth. And then I threw in there for a little while, what am I going to have for dinner? What am I going to do after all this is over? So I'm thinking about all these different things. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I feel like there's something in my sock. Is that a rock in my sock? And then I'm thinking, hey, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to keep running and I'm going to ignore, what I'm feeling in my sock. I'm just going to pretend like it's like there's nothing going on. And I was like, you know what? But there's definitely something in my sock and I want to make sure that I take care of it. So I stop for a second, I check and there's a little pebble in my rock and I take it out and okay, I feel suddenly much better that I got that rock out of my sock. And I keep going. And the last mile that I did, I'm thinking like the beginning of it, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I can do more. Maybe I didn't set my goal high enough. I think I could do a little bit more. And I go from there to, I cannot wait to get back to the house so that I can stop running. And then I get back to my house. And when I'm done, all I'm thinking is, oh my gosh, I feel so good. I bet I could have done way more than what I actually set myself out to do. Okay. That's literally what I thought the whole time that I was running. So what does this have to do with our healing and growth journey? So if you didn't watch from the beginning, definitely watch the whole thing because all of these things have parallels. When we are working on ourselves, when we're on our healing and growth journey, we often have the naysayers, the people that tell us all of the reasons why our goals are too big, why it's going to be impossible for us to complete the goal, which was my neighbor who said, oh my gosh, the pollen is too much. I can't believe you're doing it. I would just get a treadmill. I can't do it. He's telling me all these reasons. There are a lot of people in our lives that will try to keep us from actually achieving our goals, mostly because of their own fears and insecurities that they have not been able to accomplish their own. So instead of trying to step up and actually also work on their goals, it's a lot easier for other people to say, nah, you can't achieve your goals. It's not possible. You're trying too hard. You have too high of expectations. Your goals are not possible. And if we allow those people to get into our minds, then we might say to ourselves that before we even started, you know what, they're right. I'm not going to be able to accomplish my goal. I'm not even going to try. And that's what happens to a lot of us. We talk ourselves out of it before it even happens, before we even start taking the right steps that we need to take. The next part, healing and growth, why it's like running, is because for a while in the beginning or for moments of time, it feels impossible. What was I thinking? What was I doing? Why did I go on? Why did I even start this healing and growth journey? What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what steps that I need to take. So like from the beginning, the first mile where I'm like, oh my God, my legs hurt. Maybe I should stop. Maybe this isn't right for me. But I know I have a coach. I know I have people that I need to answer to because I know I need the help to keep reminding me of what my goals are. So that little part of our brain, that mindset that says, oh my gosh, it feels impossible. Number 3, why our healing and growth is like running. As you go through it, there are lots of ups and downs. There are moments on our healing and growth journey where we're like top of the world, right? And anyone who's been on a healing and growth journey, please comment. Or if you've even been on a run and you understand, or even you're an entrepreneur, or like literally any big thing you've ever tried to accomplish in your life, I'm sure you can empathize with what I'm saying here. There's this up and down thing that goes on. There are moments where it's like, wow, I can do this. And then there's other moments where it's like, what was I thinking? This is awful. I can't believe this is terrible. This is painful. This is uncomfortable. I don't want to do it. Healing and growth has a lot of this. And what I say to clients all the time is feel the discomfort and keep moving forward. Feel the discomfort and keep moving forward. You've got to keep going through the ups and downs of the healing and growth journey. It's not a pure uphill battle to get to your goal. There's 2 steps forward and 3 steps back sometimes. So mindset has a lot to do with it. The next reason why healing and growth is like going for a long run is because you got to figure out the cause of the pain and then you got to fix it. So like I said in my example, I was running and I felt a rock in my sock. My first instinct was, just forget about it. It's going to go away. It's probably not even really anything. That's really what my original thought was. And then as I kept going, I'm like, no, this is something I need to pay attention to. Oh, okay, there really is something in my sock. Let me take it out so that I can continue on my run and feel better and have relief from it. In our healing and growth journey, there are things from our past that are causing us pain that a lot of us have ignored. That a lot of us are trying to pretend like they don't matter, like it's not really that important. And we try to keep pushing through it. That anger that we feel that's really sadness, that fear that we have that's really sabotaging ourselves from actually accomplishing the goals that we need to accomplish. We need to figure out what that deep-rooted issue is so that once we know it's there and we can see it, then we can make different decisions for ourselves in order to move forward. And then the last part is the achieving your goal. Just like when I achieved my goal today of doing my long run, I was done with that long run and I was like, whoa, I did it. That was amazing. I am so excited. I feel so good. You know what? I probably could have even gone longer than I actually did. I could have maybe done more. And I feel that sense of achievement, that a sense of accomplishment. Our healing journey, once we get to that goal that we were looking to achieve, we get there and we're like, wow, this is what it's like. This is what it's like over here. That's what all the hard work was for. Oh my gosh, all of that was worth it to get right here. In order to have gotten to this place, that's what I had to do, was just do that work. And now I'm here. What am I going to work on next? What goal am I going to accomplish? That is how healing and growth works. There are ups and downs. There are moments when we wonder and contemplate, is it actually possible for us? But when we get to that accomplished place and we feel proud of our ability to persevere, to keep going, even when it feels uncomfortable, and allow that part of us where the mindset is trying to sabotage us, that part of our brain that has fear of our greatness, that part of our brain that has the little doubter that's telling us it's not possible for us to change, it's not possible for us to achieve our goal. When we have the right support, we have the right people on our team, we don't listen to the naysayers. We don't let those people get in the way. We make sure that we keep our goal in mind and we surround ourselves with people that are going to support us in achieving that goal. And we keep going until we achieve that goal. And once we get there, we have this amazing sense of freedom and accomplishment and excitement for what the next goal is going to be. So let me know in the comments if that was helpful for you. Let me know what your takeaways were. I always love coming on and sharing these pieces of insight with you. mindset is so important in our healing and growth journey. And I really hope that you can see that as we go through this. And if you haven't watched any of our other trainings, please make sure you go back and watch some previous trainings. But thank you again for coming in and hanging out with us. It was great seeing you. And never forget, you are way stronger than you realize. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye.